Industrack has been in business since 2008. Our first product was launched in 2012, a full functional GPS tracking platform. In 2014, Industrack and Verizon Wireless partnership was signed to sell our solutions to Verizon customers. From 2014-2018, we experienced significant growth and reached our milestone of 10,000 devices installed nationwide. In 2018, Industrack started developing a mobile app and new ERP platform for service contractors industry, mainly focusing on plumbing, HVAC, electrical, air conditioning, and mechanical contractors. Now, we have thousands of users on our integrated platform, including estimates, scheduling, dispatching, invoicing, CRM, and many other features. We will be showing you these features in this demo. First, let's discuss the CRM module. Essentially, this module will allow your staff to respond quickly to your customer queries without keeping them on hold or having to look through filing cabinets for customer records. Clicking on the Customer tab will show the list of customers. All the information about a customer is kept in one place, so when a customer calls, you can easily look it up. Quickly search for the customer. If you are using QuickBooks, you can sync your customers into our system. But if you are not using QuickBooks, you can import the list from an Excel file, or you can add a customer manually. On the top half of the screen, you will see a simple customer dashboard highlighting important details about the customer, such as who the contact is, the billing address, the main service location, and the value of outstanding estimates and invoices. At the top, you will see tags. You can create your own tags, such as cash on demand, do not serve, etc. Down below, you will see tabs giving you access to all of the essential information relating to your customer. First, you will see a list of service locations where you can set up additional locations, along with a different contact for each location. Next, you can see all historical estimates associated with the customer, along with their values and status. By clicking on the three dots, you see a full action menu to edit, preview, print, send, and others. Under the Jobs tab, you will see a list of all previously scheduled jobs, including which service location the job is at, and the status of both the overall job and the individual tasks associated with the job. By clicking on the three dots, you see a full action menu to view, convert to invoice, and view job report. Under the Invoices tab, you can see all invoices for the customer and if they have been paid or are overdue. By clicking on the three dots, you see a full action menu to edit, copy, preview, send, print, and others. In the Equipment tab, you can track all of the equipment installed at the customer, including warranty status and service notes. From here, you can get a report with detailed information about historical service records for each piece of equipment at the customer. In Reminders, you can track and set reminders for yourself about this customer. Under the Notes tab, you can see all notes related to this customer. You can filter by office notes, job notes, and site notes. This is also where you create new office notes and add site notes. Site notes will automatically appear in the mobile app on any job at the associated service location. In Attachments, you can add any attachment, like a site map, and see any pictures attached by field techs during jobs. Geofences is where you can draw a boundary around the customer location, which is used to generate reports if you have GPS tracking. You can also use these with some alerts for GPS tracking. From the Messaging tab, you can send emails directly to contacts associated with the customer. Under the Contracts tab, you can create and see existing service contracts and memberships, as well as all upcoming services visits associated with the contract. Now, let's look at one of the most commonly implemented workflows. Let's say a customer calls and wants an estimate from work they need done. Click over to the Estimates module and click Add New to begin compiling an estimate. After selecting the customer and appropriate location, you can add a description. Select your template. Each template can have different look and feel. And begin adding parts, services, and equipment from your inventory list. If something you need isn't in your inventory list yet, you can add it. We can also bring in your entire parts list from QuickBooks with our integration, or we can import an Excel file. Once you have an item added, you can adjust the quantity and price. When you adjust the price, you can see the effect the price change has on profitability for both the individual item and the estimate as a whole. You can also add line item discounts, which will be reflected in the overall profitability. If you prefer, you can also hide the prices for each line item, or even hide the line items altogether and display only the totals to the customer. Down below, you can add a discount to the entire estimate and edit the taxes if necessary. Then, you can customize the About Us, Terms and Conditions, and Service offerings that are a part of the template selected. Once the estimate is ready, you can email it to the customer and get approval by collecting a digital signature. Now the estimate is approved and won. With a single click, we can convert the estimate into a job. On that, it will include all the notes, parts, services, and materials from the estimate. Now we have converted the estimate into a job. Let's take a look at the job module. Alternatively, a customer may call and want to schedule a job or service. To schedule a job for a customer, click on the Schedule tab to open the scheduling grid. You can create an unassigned or assigned job. To create an unassigned job, click on the action select Add Unassigned Job. You can add all the details without assigning a technician and save. This job will go to the Unassigned Jobs queue, which later can be assigned to a technician. If, for example, the job is for the current day, and you know who is getting assigned to the job, you can click on the Day View, Week View, Month View, or Timeline View, and double-click on the grid to assign a job to a technician. Select a customer. Add a job description. You can see that a time and date has been added in the bottom. Add services and materials. Otherwise, technician can add them from the field. Dispatcher has the option to add the customer equipment. You can have different type of attachments. We can have link, files, PDFs, and tools. All these things are optional, and technicians can add the same from the field. Next, we will look at the Notes section. Site notes are the notes that are pinned to this specific customer and service location. Office notes are the notes that are added by the dispatcher for the technician. And the field notes are the notes that are added by the technician once they complete the job. Next, you can add a custom form and even add a trigger for the technician so they can either fill out the form at the beginning or end of the job. Lastly, if the job requires a new part, you can add or create a purchase order for a job. Once you are finished, click Dispatch to send the job to your tech's mobile device. Now the job is dispatched to the technician. Let's take a look at the mobile app. When the technician starts their day, they will click the Start Shift button that will start calculating the time for their payroll. Below the Start Shift, the technician will see the jobs assigned to them for the day. At the bottom of the screen, they have the ability to switch the screen from day, week, month, and custom view. To get the detail info about the job, techs can click into an individual job. They will see all of the details, including a description of the job, contact info, and notes about the customer along with the address, with the ability to get directions by clicking on the address. When your tech starts heading to the job, they will tap on Start Travel to begin tracking their time traveling to the job, which will help you understand job costing better. Once at the job, your tech will tap on the Start Job button and get to work. This will both end the travel time and begin tracking their time on site for both payroll and billing purposes. technician can add their own note by clicking on this note icon and add their notes here for the job. They can also see the notes from the dispatcher and the site note that are pinned to the customers. They can also take pre- and post pictures by clicking on the camera icon. At the bottom of the screen, techs can click on the item icon to add or edit inventory items for the job. If there are forms or checklists to be filled out, technician can click on the form and they will see the forms that is dispatched to the job. If the dispatcher does not attach a form, technician has the ability to pick a form. Click on the form and fill out the relevant info and then submit. This form will automatically transmit to the office and gets attached to the job. If the technician is going to work on an existing equipment at the customer site, they can go to the equipment section, select the equipment S they are going to work on and add it to the job. They can take separate notes and pictures for each equipment as well. Once the job is complete, tech can click on the Done button. Depending on your configuration, you might get different options: complete the job, put the job on hold, convert the job into invoice, create a reminder task, or if there are multiple people assigned to the job, allow each technician to complete their work. For this example, we will just mark the job complete. Now, the technician has completed their work. We will go back to the office to look at the payroll data and create invoices from the job information. Now the job is completed by the technician, we will take a look at the next steps to create an invoice for this job in the office. To do that, click on the Scheduling tab, Actions, Job Queues. In this section, you will see jobs categorized by unassigned, assigned, on hold, completed, approved for invoice, and invoiced. Now we will look at the Completed Job tab. In here we can click on the three dots and either view the job, approve the job for invoice, or view job report. Click View Job if you need to make changes to the notes from technician, add more parts, etc. You can look at the job report in here, and you will see site note, office notes, field notes, all the parts added, equipment, forms, attachments, and technician who worked on the job, and you will see the technician's actual time on job. Once everything is reviewed, you can approve the job for invoicing. This will move the job from the completed jobs queue to approved for invoice queue. Now this job is ready for invoicing. Click on Convert to Invoice. When you convert a completed job to an invoice, the Invoice Edit screen will open. On the top half of the screen, you will see the description of the invoice, the bill to address, and the location serviced in the middle. All the parts and notes from the job will automatically be added into the invoice. You have the full ability to edit notes, change parts and quantities at this time before sending the invoice to the customer. Once the invoice is fully reviewed, click Save. Now you can go into the invoicing section, and you have the ability to email the invoice to the customer, print the invoice, or sync it to QuickBooks. In addition, you can create invoices for any of your customer by clicking on Add New. In here, you can add parts, notes into the invoice, and send it to the customer. To collect payment, click the Action button on the Edit Invoice screen and select Receive Payment. Then input the payment type, amount, and which invoice for that customer to apply the payment to. For credit card payments, you will also input the card information. Alternatively, you can also receive payments in your QuickBooks, and Industrack will update the status in our system. We just walked through taking a job all the way from a call for service to receiving payment, all in a single system. Now we have completed the invoicing to the customer. Let's talk about the payroll for the employees. As the techs are starting and ending jobs and starting and ending shifts from their mobile devices, we are automatically building payroll reports for them. All the payroll data can be found in the timesheet section. The office user can view, edit, add timesheet entries. They can approve the timesheet and sync the approved timesheet entries with the QuickBooks payroll. The office staff can look into the report and see a variety of timesheets, such as timesheet in and out, timesheet summary, timesheet detail report, timesheet detail by customer, timesheet Sage report, timesheet by overtime, and other reports. You can export these into Excel and import into other payroll software. Another very important process for commercial contractors is service agreements. To create a service agreement, go to Estimates module, click Add New, and choose Service Agreement tab. Select the customer and service location. Now you can add description and start and end dates of the contract. To give it a professional look, choose from existing templates. Next step is to add equipment and service location. Now select the job template for the service that needs to be performed. Next, choose how often the service needs to be performed and price for the service. Do the same steps and add all the equipment for the customer and location that needs to be under the service agreement. Once all equipment is added, you can manually add About Us, Terms and Conditions, Services. Note this section is completely configurable and you can add, remove any tabs. You can also preload the terms and condition in the template. Now click on Action and save. You can email the agreement to customer and get digital approval. Once approved, assign it to the customer to auto-create jobs for all the upcoming services. In the Scheduling module, you'll see a list of all the upcoming services. When you are ready, you can assign the job to a technician and dispatch. Now we have done invoicing and payroll, let's take a look at comprehensive reporting and dashboard to see how your business performed. Industrack's powerful reporting tools make it easy to find the information you are looking for. When you first get into the reporting module, you will see a customizable dashboard summarizing all the important metrics for your business, from revenue to which of your techs has been the most productive. From there, you can drill down into the data further. On the left of the screen, you will see all the report categories starting with the timesheets, then scheduling, vehicle tracking, inventory, financials, invoicing, estimations, customer, technician performance, and equipment. These reports are a powerful tool for your business. Let's look at the timesheet details report for an example. This report will show you the amount of time your techs have spent clocked in, on each job, on breaks, and driving to and from jobs. To run the report, you choose the desired field text from the drop-down and select a time period. Then hit Get Report. By clicking on the Actions button at the top right, you will see options to export the report via Excel or PDF form. Configure Reports column will give you the option to enable or disable the columns on this report. When disabling the columns, once you generate this report, that specific column will be removed. You will also have a choice to schedule this report to be automatically sent via email, either daily, weekly, or monthly, to multiple office users. And lastly, you can add reports to Favorite. All reports added to Favorite will be listed in the top panel for easy access. Lastly, we will talk about Industrack fully integrated mapping and tracking module. Mapping module Industrack has a fully integrated mapping and tracking module with our FSM software. On the map, you can view vehicles, employees, jobs, geofences, customers, and live traffic. Alternatively, you can search the vehicles, employees, and customers on the map. When you're dispatching, you can quickly see which vehicles, employees are closer to the customer location. You can zoom into a certain area where the job or vehicle or employee is located. Switch the view to satellite or street view to have a closer look. See the live traffic view to provide the fastest time to the customer. Instantly see each employee's status if they're on duty, off duty, on the job. If you have in-vehicle GPS tracking with Industrack, you can also see the live location of the vehicle along with employees and jobs. You can run breadcrumb reports on the map and see the vehicle's travel history. You can zoom into a certain area on the map. Click on the red or yellow pins to get the additional information about the vehicle travel history. Now let's take a look at few key sections of our setting module. Industrack has a full inventory module with inventory, non-inventory, services, and equipment. You can sync all your inventory items from QuickBook or import from an Excel sheet. Or you can add items manually. Add name, SKU, sales price, sales description, cost, serial number, bin, aisle, etc. In addition, you can assign the parts to different warehouses, including trucks. If the part needs to be serialized, you can manually add it. Or once you receive a purchase order, you can add the serial number and keep track of the part history from purchase order to estimate to job to invoice. Once the inventory items are in our system, create barcodes and QR codes for scanning parts into the warehouse or at the job. Now you can set up markups and reminders for inventory items. Lastly, Industrack have many inventory reports to help you manage your business, such as inventory items by warehouse, stock items used, warranty expiration, purchase orders, committed inventory, part history, and tool history. Next, we are going to talk about Customer Portal. The Customer Portal is a place where customers check the status of their service requests. Set up the portal and send an invitation email to the customer with their credentials. After logging in, they can access all the past, current, or upcoming jobs with their real-time status. They can view all the estimates, invoices, and equipment. This way, your customers won't call you every other hour to check the status of their service request. The next module is Custom Forms. Companies can take their paper form and digitize them with Industrack Forms module. You can create unlimited custom forms with simple drag and drop options using any of these components. Make checklist forms. Add signature for approval, pictures. You can name each field and even make certain fields mandatory. Forms can be attached to jobs or can be filled out independently. Techs can submit unlimited forms from the mobile device, and we will track location and time of where the form was completed. Finally, you can run Form Report to see all the completed forms. Now let's customize the system with your business branding using the templates. We can set up templates for proposals, invoices, and email. Choose the color, layouts, and sections for your custom needs. To streamline your operations, we have already integrated several modules: QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, Payment Processing, Phone, Email, and full import module to import history from other softwares. Having a new tool to use is great, but knowing how to use it is key. That is why Industrack provides one-on-one onboarding, live phone support, chat support, and email support. In addition, you have access to a full knowledge base and video training. Our customers have realized a 10-to-1 return with our product by saving 1 hour per tech per day. A 10-employee company can save daily $675, monthly $17,500, and yearly $200,000+ with Industrack software. Our customers are a testament to our product and our support. These companies have been with Industrack since beginning. Thank you for your time today. Please feel free to reach out with any questions.